some initial trepidation surrounding the cloud, enterprises have now progressed to contemplating the best strategy for a safe cloud journey. The official establishment of the Cloud Security Alliance's APAC headquarters in Singapore, in collaboration with the EDB and the IDA, serves as a step forward toward promoting best practices for a more secure cloud ecosystem in the region. We spoke with Dave Asprey, Vice President for Cloud Security at Trend Micro, about the issues surrounding cloud adoption in APAC.
Cloud matters because it's become a primary driver of economic growth for some countries. Over the next 3 years globally, we're looking at 14 million jobs that will be created. So countries in APAC are particularly looking to gain jobs for all the people who are moving into cities. And it turns out one of the best ways to do that is to get the cloud up and running so it creates jobs, and then it creates faster companies that themselves create more jobs. We know that countries like India and Australia are more advanced in their cloud adoption than Singapore. But Singapore isn't entirely behind in cloud adoption. It turns out that the Singapore government, with its G-Cloud initiative, has really taken advanced steps compared to many other governments, in that they've embraced the cloud early on, and they're setting an example for other sectors like financial services. So here in Singapore, we see some bright lights in the cloud there. However, manufacturing here lags pretty significantly over other countries in its adoption of cloud. One of the things companies can do is they can use the cloud to protect themselves from the cloud. Because threats have evolved faster, it makes sense to use the cloud, which enables faster evolution. If you have static IT systems done the old way on physical servers, they're not as flexible and they're not as easy to protect as a modernized virtual environment where you can make configuration changes very quickly. The way you use the cloud to protect yourself from the cloud is by connecting to the Trend Micro Smart Protection Network, which connects you to 100 million other people who act as other sensors like a giant immune system, so that if one person is attacked, you'll be protected from that threat. It turns out there are different ways to protect your data in the cloud, but the most important way is to encrypt it. If you encrypt your data, though, you need to make sure that the key you use to encrypt the data is protected using policy-based key management. A lot of companies today in the cloud are doing the equivalent of putting their money in a safe, closing the door, and writing the combination on the door. That's what happens when you don't protect the keys to your encryption properly. The second thing you can do to protect your data is put in concentric rings of defense around your data, so you can tell when someone's trying to attack you, but even if they get through your rings of defense, it doesn't matter because the data itself, your crown jewels, are fully protected.